Reverse plank with march. You've got a few different options here. Option number one is you can use some wedges or a yoga block. This is going to number one help with any discomfort that you might have in your wrist. So that can be a really great tool that you can use. You're going to have your fingers facing down the wedge, okay? That's going to help to create a little less flexion in the wrist. So you come up here and we're going to make sure to keep our knees slightly bent. We don't need to have them all the way straight here. We are going to keep them a little more bent for this exercise. And the thing I love about keeping them a little more bent is that as we lift one leg up, we can kind of pull back on the heel of the opposite leg to create a little tension in the hamstring. And that is going to help us create stability. That's what we're doing here. We don't want to sway side to side in this exercise. The thing I want you to keep in mind with your arms is that we want to have a slight bend in the elbows. I don't want you locking out and hyperextending your elbows here and really just relying on your joints, okay? So tiny, tiny bend. Yes, it's going to challenge your triceps. They're going to burn more. It's okay. All right, so we're going to have that tiny bend in the elbows. You're going to have your knees bent. Exhale. Make sure we get some ribs down, deep core up. You're going to pull back slightly on one heel, feel your hamstrings turn on, and then you're going to exhale, lift the other knee. I would rather you lift the knee only to the point that you can control without wobbling back and forth. There is no award for lifting the knee all the way to your chest or anything like that. And if you're doing this during pregnancy and you've got a belly in the way, you may not be lifting the knee all that far, and you don't need to bring it out to the side. You can just kind of lift it up from here, and we want to make sure we're in a slight posterior pelvic tilt. We are working our psoas during this exercise, but we want to work it from an advantageous position, which is a posterior pelvic tilt. Now, if you don't have wedges or a yoga block and you want another variation that equally works the triceps here, we can do it without those, and we are going to keep our pelvis on the ground. So instead of lifting it up like this, we'll keep it on the ground. This is a little bit less intense than the variation with the pelvis raised up, but that way you've got two options. So pelvis is on the ground, and you're going to essentially just kind of lean back a little bit, exhale, and then you're going to push. Don't straighten your arms all the way, okay? Just push until they're just gently bent, and then you're going to lift one leg up, exhale, and you'll repeat with the other side. Push up and come down, up, up, push up and come down. So that's another variation. You can choose whichever one works best for you. I love them both, and I think that they are both great exercises that challenge the core. We get some triceps, and they should feel really, really good. All right, that's it, and I'll see you in the next video.